Hello everybody and welcome back to some more of that Astrologaster story time telling. We are on the same page, I believe, where we last left off yesterday. We will continue here with the look at this slight smile, Riccardo Ferraro. He is my arch nemesis. He's probably the prowler as well, and he's been stalking my patients to figure out something about me. And he's dastardly bastard. We didn't actually lose reputation with him. Alright, we'll see where that goes. The Quern did wish to know what the future holds for him and his mother. I did warn the Quern that his mother plans to leave her fortune to a young man who does not love her. Methinks the Quern took my advice most ill, and this was our last consultation with him. We lost points. Okay, so we are not going to get his letter of recommendation. I suspect that we were never meant to do that, though. Here we get a letter. From William Allen. Yeah. Sir, it is with much sorrow that I write to inform you of the death of my dear wife Avis. These 2 days past. Her new doctor could not save her, even though he held a medical license and was thus highly skilled. Although you were no longer my wife's doctor, I am grateful for the kindness you have shown Avis over the years, and I know she was too. Indeed, she spoke of you in her final words, saying, "Oh, Simon, forgive me, Simon," or something of the like. Doubtless this expression of guilt was in reference to a bill for your services that she had not settled. How like my poor wife to have been thinking of her obligations to others until her very last breath. I enclose this missive of the sum of 1 shilling, 1 shilling, and beg your forgiveness for late payment. Your most assured friend, William Allen. Well, poor Avis, she was really sick. I suspect I couldn't have helped her because she would not have taken my advice even if I had chosen the other option when she was here. Because Simon went off script anyway and talked about the child instead of trying to treat her. So, whatever. Oh no. Poor Avis. Yeah, that's the way we're going to solve this.
But
okay.
Why did you not let me save you, Avis? Why did you entrust your precious life to another doctor? An ignorant impostor who knows not how to read the stars to judge an illness. Oh, my beloved Avis. Why did you die before I had the chance to?
Who is to blame for the death of my beloved Avis? Oh boy. Well, Stars, what do you have to say? House of the Quern. This represents a reversal due to aggression, represent a reversal due to carelessness. I caused this tragedy by being aggressive and careless in my behavior towards Avis. Yeah, that seems about right. House of God punishment represents a woman Avis, which suggests this being a more pleasant romantic partner. God is punishing me for not having been a more pleasant romantic partner for Avis. Okay. So this is taking the blame myself. House of Rumors represents deception. Lies and rumors of articulating about Avis concerning her Catholic faith, mayhap even our affair, provoked anxious passions that exacerbated her illness. Okay. House of Children represents frugality. Avis lavished such attention and care on her child that she neglected her own health. So we blame it on everything else but the child and her religion. Okay. And here, House of Relationships, a surprising event and death. Ava's a surprising decision to see a new doctor led to her death. House of Legacy represents an authority figure. A licensed doctor represents education. Avis's death was the fault of a licensed doctor with a medical degree. Oh, so we can blame the new doctor. I'm thinking... this here will cause the most drama, I suppose. So, yeah.
Verily.
Josie.
Then 'tis as I thought. My Avis was a victim of London's corrupt medical establishment. A bright star brought down by a so-called doctor who hides his lack of skill behind a mere piece of parchment with the words medical license writ upon it. A qualification granted him by men of the College of Physicians with whom he doubtless went to school. Fie upon the lot of them! May God punish that band of quacksalvers for the suffering they have wrought, and if not God, then why? I shall avenge you, Avis. Mark me, my dearest love. I shall make those doctors pay for their crimes.
I'll make them pay. Alright. I did wish to know who to blame for the death of my beloved Avis. I judge that the licensed doctor who treated Avis in her final hours is to blame for her death. Not entirely incorrect, I suppose. I mean, he must have had a chance of saving her. Oh, Avis, if I summon my spirit guides to aid me, would you consent to speak to me from beyond the grave?
When you are shook by something in a book where it says that you might have some rare malady, see Doctor Forman, be sure to inform him you have it on very good authority.
Nicholas Muck, we are really... Oh, we have already received your letter. We have 4 letters now, by the way. Okay, we need 8.
Good day, Mr. Mugg. What brings you?
I am exceeding ill, Dr. Forman. Verily I am. And you know my wife. She is refusing to hear anything about it. 'Tis but another of your delusions, Nicholas, she says. She will not even look at it.
Look at what? Oh, I see. You may pull up your breeches now. Pray let me examine you more closely. Raise your chin, if you please. Now, loosen your garter and remove your stocking. I am afeard this verily is grave. Most grave indeed.
'Tis? Verily?
I believe so, but we must have it confirmed by the stars. Let us consult them now. What explains these swellings that have arisen on various parts of Nicholas Mugg's body?
That was not a lot of information. I have pustules swelling on my body. What ails me? So, let's see here. Gemini, ruler of the arms. It indicates a mild imbalance of yellow bile, mild deficiency of blood. Mark has scrofula, a disease characterized by swellings and nodules around the lymph nodes and behind the knees. Okay. Or ruler of the skin, indicates severe imbalance of black bile, melancholy. Mark has the plague, a disease characterized by swellings and boils behind the ears, under the armpits, and in the groin. Pustules, swellings and boils, swellings and nodules around the lymph nodes and behind the knees. He probably honestly has the plague. I mean, I both could be the one. I don't see one being more likely than the other, but just because this story started with the plague, I'm thinking it would be relevant. It's just been so long since the plague was around. But no, if he had the plague, he would have infected someone else with it, right? Unless we are truly immune to it at this point. Where do we have you? We just met with Riccardo Ferraro at it is 98, and we started this game in 92. So it's been 6 years since the plague was truly around. If we think about COVID, I mean, a plague usually comes and goes pretty quickly. It kills people, and then people become immune, and it dies out, sort of, I suppose. Or does it? Maybe it doesn't really. I guess it doesn't. He could very well have the plague.
You are gravely ill with the plague. It is oft fatal, but you are in good hands. For during the Great Plague of '92, I was able to save many a soul from the grave with my famous strong water. A moment, if you please, while I retrieve it from my cabinet. But, sir, unhand it, sir. The dosage is very precise. You must not... nay,
Oh, no.
Not the whole bottle! Ye gods, man, what have you done?
Methinks I am dying.
Oh, woe! A fatal dose! Alas, I am sorry for it, sir, but you were never meant to drink so much of it. Oh, may God forgive me.
Nay, do not blame yourself, Doctor. Thank ye heartily, for at last all shall know, my wife, my friends, how wrong they were, and how I did speak true.
William! Oh, cursed, where is that feckless manservant of mine? William! Go forth and fetch the vicar!
What an idiot. Oh my god. Alright. Well, we can't be to blame for Nicholas's death here. What an idiot. The current, Nicholas Mark did present with swellings on various parts of his body. I did diagnose the plague and did prescribe a dose of my strong water as treatment, but the current did prescribe himself many more doses and died thereof. End of his story. Yeah.
Mr. Forman, you have been called before this assembly of the College of Physicians to answer the charge of practicing medicine without a medical license. What have you to say in your defense? Would you deny practicing medicine, sir?
Why, no, I would not deny it. My practice is well known. Indeed, since I helped cure the plague of '92 with my strong water...
Then you admit you have committed this most grievous offence.
Ah, well, 'tis true I'm not technically licensed, but I fail to see how...
You fail to see? Then permit me to enlighten you, sir. A medical license assures the residents of London that a physician has the necessary education and skill to treat them. By practicing without qualification, you have not only broken the law, you have endangered the lives of your patients. Indeed, we have received reports that a man by the name of Nicholas Mugg, a wig maker of Silver Street, has lately died under your care.
Aye, well, that was most lamentable, but not my fault, sir. Mr. Mugg took a far greater dose of my strong water than I advised him to. He chose the dosage himself. In truth, one might say that the cause of death in this instance was, well, Nicholas Mugg practicing without a medical license.
Silence, Mr. Forman! Your impudent japery may well be suffered by your patients, but it will not be tolerated here.
I do apologize, Mr. Smith.
Besides the death of this patient, we have gathered ample evidence of your malpractice, Mr. Forman. Indeed, we have had this illegal operation of yours under observation for quite some time.
'Twas you, Riccardo Ferraro, the merchant from Venice. All along he was you, Richard Smith, the Queen's royal physician. Then I take it, Mr. Smith, you were unsatisfied with the medical care I gave you?
Sir, we are well aware of your occult practices. What you so boldly call medical care was naught but advice conjured up by means of dark magic. You have no understanding of physic or astrology.
But my knowledge of both physic and astrology is unparalleled.
If that is so, then doubtless you will happily submit to having your knowledge examined before this assembly.
Oh no. I was supposed to pay attention? I did not pay attention enough to answer these questions. Well, part of me wants to go and Google it, but I'm not gonna. There's a 25% chance I answer every question correctly. I don't think we can, we can't go and look at stuff in here. Fairly sure it isn't the sun. It's probably Mars. It's not Mercury. It could be the moon. I think Mars, if anything, would be the one with authority, right? Seems like the one. Or maybe it's the sun. I don't know. Mars. What? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, Earth. That's not astrology. Phlegm is what? Well, I don't know. I don't know what phlegm is at all. It's just a word to me. It's a medical word. I don't know. Cold and moist, hot and moist, cold and dry. Cold and moist. Hey. Which zodiac rules over the privy parts? Scorpio. Yes, Scorpio is the reproductive system. Yes.
Silence! Simon Forman, you have failed. Constable, shackle this man and take him from hence to jail.
But, sir, this is most unjust. Pray afford me the chance to unhand me, you rogue.
Huh. Or it might end here. Anyway, here we have a letter from Alice Black. Sir, I am happy to inform you that I have secured your release from jail. Okay. By the way of my friendship with Mistress Maud Smith, wife of the president of the College of Physicians. We have contrived to have her husband believe that you enjoy the favor of John Whitgift, the Archbishop of Canterbury, and that that the Archbishop plans to grant you a medical license. But whilst you will be free to this day, our rules will not hold for long. For Maud says the college intends to write to the archbishops to warn him that you are a charlatan and urge him not to grant you a license. Your most assured friend and querent, Alice Black. All right.
Alice Black, she feels no shame, and forsooth is she to blame. If we were her, we'd do the same. Alice Black, she feels no shame.
Oh, we had a coitus post-consultatio with her, right? That's why she's helping out. We're not close to getting her on our side. We need to get 8 letters, and we are pretty close to 4 of them, which would be enough. So maybe we can still make...
Good day, Mistress Blagg. Before we start, I must thank you for having used your influence to help me resolve my recent difficulties.
Say nothing of it. Those doctors and their College of Physicians. Naught but a band of piss-pot sniffing bullies, so they are. Besides, I needed you out of prison so that you might read the stars for me.
I see. And what would you have me advise you on?
What know you of Richard Bancroft, the Bishop of London?
Not much, in truth. But I did attend the Easter service at St. Paul's. I found the bishop's sermon on the virtues of chastity and abstinence most compelling. Why, you know him well?
Not very well as yet. I was seated beside him at an Episcopal dinner Saturday last. We discoursed a while. Bishop Bancroft is a most charming man. But there was a moment when we did both reach for the brandy decanter. Our eyes met and I felt something.
'Twas a spark between you and the bishop? You felt a certain frisson in the air?
Nay, I felt a certain hand up my skirts, more like.
His Grace put his hand up your skirts! Madam, may I say how...
Save your congratulations, Foreman. The bishop's not in the bag yet. Hence why I am come to you. Now that I have piqued his interest, I would have the stars tell me how to secure it.
Then you wish to pursue an amorous affair with Bishop Bancroft. But what of your husband, Dean Blagg?
Oh, do not speak to me of my husband. Thomas Blagg is not fit to secure his wife's future. He is not fit for many of his marital duties, truth be told. But you did warn me of Blagg's financial ruin, and for that I am grateful.
Forsooth, I am glad I was able to be of service to you, Mistress Blagg.
Speaking of such, let us press on with this day's readings, if you please.
Of course. Let us consult the stars. How may Mistress Blagg secure the lasting affections of Richard Bancroft, the Bishop of London?
Slut. Everyone in this story is just such a hypocrite. Yeah, but whatever. Let's see what we can do for Mrs. Blagg. We're trying to help her out. We want to get a little recommendation from her. So, House of Unborn Children recommends lying. Should tell the bishop she is with his child. Oh. House of Journeys suggests betrayal. Alice should commit adultery with the bishop while he is away from home. This unborn children. This seems like a bad idea because she said he wasn't in the bag yet. So, did they already have coitus? I am unsure, and then it would be weird to tell him that she is with child if they haven't. Maybe they did, and then it would make sense. I don't know. House of Good Angels. This advises constraint and a change of direction. If Alice changes her approach and exercises constraint, good angels will aid her in her plans. No. This is not the one we're going with. House of Love and Romance. This is being well-mannered, which represents quietness. Alice's chances of romantic success will be enhanced if she adopts a quiet, demure manner. House of Responsibility is being truthful, perceptive and transformation, unpredictable events. The responsible thing to do would be to tell Alice some hard truths and afford her some perspective. Her reaction to this, however, may be unpredictable. Yeah, no. We are going with C. Then, House of Religion suggests Alice is going against her instincts. Engaging in sin would go against Alice's Christian instincts. No. House of Legacy represents carelessness. Alice is being careless with her husband's legacy. Now, okay, so we are going with A then. Let's just lie. This is what she wants. She wants to be with that bishop. She's gonna lie and cheat her way into it. This is how it's gonna happen.
The stars suggest a most ingenious plan for ensnaring the bishop, Mistress Blagg.
Oh, verily?
Aye, 'tis most cunning. First, you must offer him your tender favours, and then, several weeks following this encounter, you must go to him and tell him you are with child. If the bishop be a man of sentiment, the news will doubtless make him feel bound to you.
I own that such a ruse could work. 'Tis hardly ingenious, though, is it? Half the mothers in London give their daughters such advice.
Do they indeed? Well, there is more. The stars suggest you will find occasion for such an encounter while the bishop is away from home on business. Mayhap you arrange a discreet assignation for his next visit to the Archbishop's palace in Lambeth.
On my honour, that is not a bad idea. In sooth, I think it may do very well. For as 'tis oft said, that which does occur at Lambeth Palace does bide at Lambeth Palace.
Indeed. How very intriguing. Pray tell me of these goings-on at Lambeth Palace.
But the point is that, whatever. Alright. Alice Blagg, the querent, did wish to know how she might secure the lasting affections of Richard Bancroft, the Bishop of London. I did advise the querent to lie with the bishop and then tell him she is with his child. Methinks the querent was a little pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. Coitus post consultatio. Okay, and on the way out, we give her a little bit of coitus as well, because why not? Up to 50 points then. All right. Oof, methinks I put me farthingale back on the wrong way around. Mayhap I will dash into an alleyway to adjust it. Farthingale. I don't know what that is. A piece of clothing.
Lancelot more, lovely his passion, lacking in mind, fulsome in fashion, the unwise truth calls him chance, he yet persists in chasing.
I am interested to see if his last romance paid off. Let's see. Oh, here.
Good day, sir, and well met. Oh, pray tell, did you secure the hand of the golden-haired maiden?
Yeah, verily I did. My religious conversion to Puritanism did work wondrous well to win her favour.
Ah, then my advice was sound.
Aye, after I told her that I thought the Queen dresses like a strumpet, the Pope is the demon son of Satan, and that Will Shakespeare and his players should be driven into the Thames to drown, she became convinced of the purity of my soul. I was made the happiest of men.
Then I must congratulate you on your forthcoming nuptials. Will you be having a summer wedding, or...?
Congratulate me? Do not congratulate me, Forman, for I am the unhappiest of men. It was but a day after our engagement was announced that my love became afflicted with the smallpox. Naturally, I was all a terror. Would she perish? So wretched was I with fear, I almost died of fright.
Aye, naturally. Smallpox is a most terrible disease. I intend to write a small treatise on the subject.
But then, alas! Fate struck the cruelest of blows upon my soul.
Oh, verily. Poor girl. May she rest in peace. Or re-squeeze in pace, as we Latin scholars say.
What? Nay, death would have been a mercy. For once cured, the maid arose from her sickbed bearing hideous scars. Her once fair cheeks, thus so cratered, to make the very moon wane with envy.
I see. And now you wish to extract yourself from your engagement, I presume.
Naturally. But her brother and father are fearsome men with a taste for rough sport, and her mother's tongue is as sharp as a barber's blade. I worry that my breach of promise may be taken ill.
Then let me see if I may fathom the family's reaction from the stars. What will become of breaking your engagement to this once fair, now pox-scarred maid?
They might be happy to get rid of him. But let's see what the stars have to say about that. The House of Legacy represents a mature man, the maiden's father. Jupiter indicates carelessness. The maiden's father is being careless with his legacy. Indeed, it was most careless of him to betroth his daughter to such a mump-headed snatch-grabber. Okay. Probably don't say that to Lancelot, but whatever. It's true. House of Marriage. Venus in domicile represents a pleasant romantic partner. The maiden will bear the dissolution of her engagement with quiet grace. Alright. House of Hopes. This represents a woman, the maiden. More has cause for hope regarding the young lady's forgiveness. Probably not. This is saying that everything will be alright. They'll be okay with you breaking off. I don't think that's the route we want to take. House of Foreign Countries. This represents intelligence. It would be intelligent to seek resolution in a foreign country. Yeah, he needs to flee. House of God's Punishment. Punishment is on the way, with Neptune and Mars bringing confusion and fear and war. Mars represents war, not masculinity, as we were thinking about before, by the way. I think that was the question, right? Anyway, House of Responsibilities. This represents a sudden change in fortune, Uranus, and Pluto represents death. Moore's breach of promise may result in a sudden change of fortune, his death. Yeah, so he needs to run. I think this is the safer choice. We also want to keep him as a patient as much as we can, so we will tell him to be careful and run.
The stars suggest you have much to fear from this family. Aye, you must flee England at once. For according to my precise calculations, based on the current alignment of the planets, let me see now. Yes, you will be branded a cock-born snatch-grabbing knave of the lowest order, who deserves to be disemboweled with a pudding spoon. That is, if I'm not mistaken. And not even God is on your side. For it is his plan that you may be dragged into a foggy-headed confusion so as to render you defenceless against the family's dark intentions. Oh, good sir, you must heed my warning and never show your face in London lest you be set upon most violently.
God's blood! I must flee England's shores and never show my face, you say? But whither shall I go? Hold, I have it. Be it not carnival season in Venice, when citizens do hide their faces behind masks? Oh, and with such style. I thank you, Forman, for you have been most helpful. I must fly at once to my tailor to be measured for the latest Venetian fashions.
I had a suspicion that he might like it. He likes the drama, and he likes traveling, and he can go somewhere exotic, so I'm sure he's okay with it. I need him to give me that letter of recommendation, though, right? This is also only case 3 out of 6, which means he will probably come back at some point. Anyway, Lancelot Moore, the querent did wish to know what will happen when he breaks his engagement. I did advise the querent to leave England for a time to be safe from the wrath of the maiden's family. Methinks the querent was pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. Up to 60, sweet. I shall simply tell father I wish to finish my education with a tour of Roman antiquities, and I'm sure he'll come back. He'll be fine.
Archbishop Whitgift, glory to the Lord in the highest.
Except for the Queen.
Glory to the Lord, Archbishop Whitgift.
This is the guy who helped me get out of jail, or the guy who is trying to get me back into it. I forget. Anyway, we will continue this tomorrow in the next episode, of course. I went a little bit over time. It's fine. See you tomorrow, guys, and bye-bye.